Good morning. What do you say we take a ride and go grab a coffee at Starbucks? And while we do, I'm going to talk to you about the Chevy Volt. In my opinion, the best car that is really built right now in America. And unfortunately, it won't be built for long because it's one of the 3 cars that General Motors is discontinuing. The Chevy Cruze is another one, and the Chevy Impala is the 3rd one. But the Chevy Volt was a little surprising to me. Now, I know it's probably this lack of sales. Maybe they're changing the technology a little bit. But I want to explain why this car is such a good buy for someone that is really looking for any kind of a sedan or any kind of car for that matter. It's great. Here's why. 112.8 miles per gallon over 2,965.7 miles. 112 miles per gallon. So if you don't know about the Volt, here's what it's all about. There are 2 electric motors that propel the vehicle. There's also a generator gas engine, which can be used as a backup to provide electricity when your battery depletes to 0. The car will do an average of about 55 miles per charge, which in my case is perfect for 1 day's worth of driving. I drive to work, which is about 20 miles. I drive back, that's 40. Now, I'm a little fortunate and I'm very grateful that not only can I plug it in here where I live, I could also plug it in at work. So I'm constantly topping off the battery, and I pretty much only get to about half of battery in my normal daily commute. Now, later today, my wife and I are going out to Pennsylvania. We're going to take her car. It's a 2017 Chevy Volt. We have about 26,000 miles on that one. And with the experience I've had with this car, it just makes so much sense. I don't understand why every car isn't built the same way. But maybe one day they will. Here's how the car works. Basically, you get in, you buckle your seatbelt, you start her up, you put her in drive. Now, if you drive in drive, it's gonna feel just like a regular car. You can use your throttle or your accelerator to move forward, and you can use your brake pedal to stop. Steering wheel turns you. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, what makes this car so great is you can drive it in low. Now, different from a regular gas car with a transmission, since this is an electric motor, there's no gears. I can put this in low, and what that allows is me to slow down by letting go of the throttle. So when I get up to this red light here, I'm not gonna hit the brake, I'm just gonna let go of the gas. And as you learn to drive it and time it right, like I did right now, I let go of the throttle, I should say. I'm basically coming to a stop. Incoming call. Hey, what's up? It's Christian. Let's see what he wants. Christian, what's up?
What's going on?
Yo, I'm vlogging right now.
Yeah.
Listen, let me call you right back.
This is what your Sunday is, huh?
Yes. I'll talk to you later.
But hey,
I hung up on him. All right, so here's the deal. Right now we're accelerating, we're driving. The yellow gauge on the right-hand side is showing how many kilowatts of power we're using, right? So right now I'm doing about 46 miles an hour. We're using electricity. We're using acceleration. When I get to a spot where I can let go of that pedal and slow down, I'm gonna show you that you're actually gaining battery. And you get a lot more of that if you drive in low than if you drive in regular drive. Hope this makes sense. Second to that, you have a paddle. It's a regenerative braking paddle. It's on the back of the steering wheel here. And this, you can press and hold. And if you do that, you're also gonna slow the vehicle using regenerative braking. So if you combine driving in low and the paddle, you basically never have to hit your brake pedal unless you need to stop in an emergency or you need to stop to hold the vehicle like I'll do at this red light up ahead. So right now I'm just coasting and I'm gaining battery. Still gaining, just coasting, haven't touched the brake pedal. Now I'm gonna hit the paddle. And basically I stopped at this light, now brake pedal to come to a complete stop. Why doesn't every car have that? There's also a nice meter on the infotainment screen here, which may be a little tough to see with the sun, but that'll show you when you're using battery, when you're using regenerative braking, and when your engine is turned on. Some other features you have is a hold mode. So what hold mode will do, which is a mode button right here, and as I hit that hold button, as I hit that mode button, it's gonna change you from normal to sport for more spirited driving, mountain, which will hold a percentage of the battery, anticipating that you'll have steep climbs, and hold, which you're gonna see is gonna switch us, let me get back down there, is gonna switch us to the gas engine. So that's it. Now the engine's on. It didn't feel any different. The gauge is now split into two because you now have the left side, which is electric, and the right side, which is gas. Now the main reason for the hold mode, in my opinion, was one, if you were driving, let's say from where I live in Jersey to New York City, you're gonna get better gas mileage on the highway versus around town in the city. So you can use your gas engine to drive to the city and then go back to battery while you're in the city for stop and go traffic. Just to give you an idea, right now I'm coasting, I'm on the paddle. I have not touched the brake pedal yet. Now I have to. It's just fun to drive too, which is awesome. The other main reason for the hold mode is, let's say we're driving, like today we're going to my father-in-law's house and I want to show him the car, right? Well, it's like a 60-mile drive, so I'm not going to have any battery when I get there. But if I put it in hold mode, I can hold my battery for later. This way I can show off the car to him when I get there. By the way, right now we're sitting here, even though we're in hold mode, the engine is off. And as we accelerate, we're just using electric. We're not using engine yet. But if I really get on the throttle, there's the engine there on the right-hand side. Did I mention that this car has instant torque, basically at any speed? So whenever you want to accelerate, you always have power. That's another really cool feature when driving an electric car. You know, you climb a hill in a gasoline engine with a normal transmission, you have to downshift gears, the engine revs up, it's a little noisier, you feel all those shifts. In an electric car like this, you know, you don't feel any of that. You just kind of glide up the hill. It's fantastic. Just gonna put myself back into normal mode here. So as we approach the Starbucks, what I wanted to just mention is that yes, this car is going to be discontinued. Like I said earlier, I believe I said earlier, my hope is that they put this technology in other types of vehicles because sedan sales have been slowing. So maybe they'll put it in SUVs and things of that nature. Who knows? Only time will tell. We do know that GM wants to focus on electric vehicles though. But don't let that deter you from looking at or buying the remaining Volts that are still out there. I think they're gonna stop building this in February. We still have a couple of 18s on the lot. Up until the end of March, you can still qualify for the federal tax credit, which is up to $7,500 if you purchase an EV vehicle, the Chevy Volt being one of them. That's why I just bought this one. I bought it about 2 months ago. The other one we leased, that goes back in about a year. I don't know. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what EV cars have in store. And just to give you an idea, I've owned a Corvette, I've had SUVs, I just sold a Jeep Wrangler, I've had a couple of Chevy Cruzes. You know, I've had a little bit of everything. I'm a car guy. The technology in these EV cars is fun. So as they start integrating this technology into things like this Camaro that they're talking about, or maybe they put it in a Corvette one day, how awesome is that going to be to have instant power, clean energy, great gas mileage? It's kind of a win-win-win in all ends. So go to your local dealer, check one out. Check out the Volt, check out the Bolt. That's a full electric, that'll do 238 miles. Just go to drive one for fun. It's completely different than what you're normally used to driving. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop into the Starbucks. Guys, have a great Sunday. I'll see you soon.